Welcome. You're about to hear another Grandpa Hill true health story about what truly happened to me in my quest for ivermectin. This is a true story about what I believe is going on in my body. I have a chopper stopper, and it seems to have kept me from getting COVID. In early 2021, I realized that good clinicians and doctors dealing directly with COVID were recommending ivermectin prophylactically and to be used if exposed to COVID, and to be used to treat COVID if you had it, and to be used to treat long COVID, which is like after effects of having COVID. I started my rather slow search for ivermectin. I knew it was a good idea, but thought I would be okay if I didn't get ivermectin because I'd be okay if I did get COVID. I was 64 years old and in pretty good health. So my first doctor, my family doctor, when I talked to him about hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin, he was quite avidly against it. I didn't understand why. He said he had read all the studies, and I disagreed. So I fired him. My second doctor, which was actually a nurse practitioner, when I got around to the subject of ivermectin, she thought it would be okay, but also knew that her doctor that sponsored her practice would not agree and she would lose her practice. So I had to leave her too. Then my daughter and son-in-law got sick with COVID, and I still didn't have any ivermectin. And then another friend of mine, younger than me, died of COVID. So it was getting serious for me, and I started looking in earnest for the ivermectin and to understand why it might work for me. I came to know that when a virus, any virus, enters my body, it grows on a molecular level and it gets bigger and bigger until it divides and becomes two pieces of virus. The two become 4, and then 8, and then more and more. Get a little virus in your nose, and it grows and grows and grows. I have always known that viruses grow, and that respiratory viruses typically get started in my nose. What I didn't know was that my body helps them grow. I am a host, as they say. Every second, every minute, I have a special component of my body called protease. It works in simple terms like a scissors or a chopper, cutting the virus into fragments of virus, allowing the virus to replicate. With fast replication, no matter how much virus killing my body or my immune system could do, I could slip behind and replicate virus faster than I could kill it. Then my biggest discovery. I learned on the internet that ivermectin was a chopper stopper. It was, with respect to COVID, what is called a protease inhibitor. I decided to ramp up my efforts to find ivermectin. Within weeks, through some connections, I got some ivermectin from a doctor in Texas. And then I found a doctor that would prescribe ivermectin for COVID if I got sick. He became my family doctor. Then my order for ivermectin from India came in. Then I started taking ivermectin prophylactically, 0.2 milligrams per kilogram. I take a dose about every 10 days, or when my nose is congested for more than a day or two. I also found the Keystone Pharmacy in New Alexandria, PA, would fill valid prescriptions for ivermectin. Some of my friends had struggled getting their prescriptions filled, and I had read on the internet again and on social media that there were other people having trouble getting ivermectin prescriptions filled. Several other big name pharmacies in my area just wouldn't do it. So at Keystone Pharmacy in New Alexandria, PA, the pharmacist spent a few minutes with me. He explained his first-hand knowledge of the benefits reported to him for the patients that had received ivermectin from his pharmacy. It was quite refreshing. A pharmacist not controlled by a corporate dictate that wanted to make a difference in the community that he served. Reminder, I am not a doctor. I just believe my body has protease. I believe if inhibited, the protease will stop facilitating the replication of the virus. I believe this gives my body a bit of time to go to work and kill the virus while it is in my nose. This gives my immune system a chance to catch up and kill and clear out the virus before I get seriously ill. My congestion today is close to 0. I have not gotten COVID, and I am so relieved to have my chopper stopper in the cupboard.